This video shows two mobile app examples with support of unstable network connections. The first example is just a basic list view where you can collect to-dos and set an on done field. The second example is a background location tracker. When you lose your internet connection, you can still collect data, store it locally, and sync it as soon as your connection is back up again. I guess this doesn't make much sense for the to-do list, but I want to use this first to show the basic concept. After this, for the position tracker, it makes more sense, I guess. The list is pretty straightforward. You have the done button to finish a task, and the date appears with a check mark, or use this to delete the task. If you want to add a new to-do, use this pop-up, and if you want to see how it would look like on a real phone without really building it, you could open this menu and click here to get dimensions like on a real phone. The list configuration has 4 columns: name, date, and in the third column you have a wheel embedded, which shows the done button or a check mark. Let's quickly open it. I use 2 containers, one for the check mark and the other for the done button. If the date is set, I have this show a formula which checks it and shows the check mark, and on the other hand, if date is not set, we want the done button, and here's the formula for it. The delete action is always visible. In column 2, when you have the done button, it executes a Run.js trigger. This one. The trigger sets the finish at timestamp of your to-do item so that we know this item is done, and after that reload the page. Here's the configuration to build it. To-dos list is our entry point, Android the only target, and we use a simple name, ID, and I'm going to show it in the Android emulator with a server on the same machine. For the app icon, I guess you should put a bit padding around the actual content because it will be shown in a rounded display. Splash is the page with the same icon as here. Let's take a quick look. Nothing special. Okay, we are building an APK and let's start it. To install it in development mode, you can just drag and drop it from a file explorer over to your emulator and it will appear here. Let's open it. You can log in . And it shows the list like on the web version. Here we see the same data as on the web version. And we could finish a task here and get it here. Same for delete and update it. But this only works as long as we have a stable internet connection, because we are completely relying on the server data. Let's imagine we're disabling it like this. And now we try to open the pop-up. We're getting an error or we're trying to delete something. So we're stuck right now without our server data. When we activate the connection again, we are back in our normal online mode. Next, I want to show the offline mode, which is supposed to handle these unstable internet connections. For this, let's go back to the build menu, and here we have a checkbox, allow offline mode. A selector appears, and here we can select tables which should be allowed in the offline mode. Per default, it's empty. We have to enable it table per table. So let's open table editor. Go to our to-dos table, and at the bottom here we have this checkbox. Enable it, and you will see an option here at the left side. Move it to synced and build the app again. To install the new version of our APK with the offline mode, at first deinstall the old version, and move it over again. Now open it again and log in like before. For the login, you still need an internet connection because we are relying on the user data from the server. Only the user-defined tables or to-dos table is replicated into the app. Right now we are still online because the internet connection is active, but let's see what happens if we deactivate it again. Right now it looks the same way, but now if we try to do something, we are in the offline mode. So all actions we are doing now are completely local into our SQLite DB on the device. Let's add a to-do, make coffee, and see it's not visible here on our web version. To upload your offline data, you can access this menu, which is only available if you enable the offline mode. Here you have a switcher to go between online or offline, which of course isn't possible if you don't have a connection, and this button will upload your offline data. Also, without a connection, you can do it. So activate it again. And you will see a notify that the sync is possible now. So let's try it again. Wait a bit to finish. And now you should see your data in the web version, like on the web online mode as well. Now that both versions are synced, we could go back to our network menu and force the offline mode with our switcher. Finish a task in the offline mode, delete a task which was already finished, and run another sync. You can see take out the trash disappeared and make coffee is finished. We should see the same in the app here. But what happens if we get into sync conflicts? Imagine app and server are changing the same row. Then the last one wins. That means if we want to sync, the uploaded row will override the last server-side change. For delete conflicts, the deleted row will just reappear. So imagine you delete a row on your server, modify it in your offline mode, and run a sync. Then you will see this row again on your server after the upload. Works the other way around too. Imagine you delete a row in your app, change it on your server and run a sync. Then this row will reappear on your app. In our example, it could look like this. Create a task which is not yet finished, like take a walk, and load it into your offline data of your device. For this, open the network menu and click sync. Now if you switch to offline mode, you're seeing the same state like on the server, but if you change it here, you won't see it in the offline mode yet. Let's wait 1 or 2 minutes. Now we click the done button on the device and you're seeing a different time. If you go back to the network menu and click sync, you will see that the state of the server is overwritten with our offline data. For deletes, we can create another scenario like clean bathroom, sync it, and here you see it in the online mode. Switch to offline and delete it on the server. Here you see it's still available and we click done on the device. Now if we sync it again, the row should reappear. Refresh and you will see the data from your device. The other way around, we could create a task like clean the kitchen from the online mode, so you can see it in the web version. Go to the network menu and click the sync button so that this row is available in the offline mode. Switch to offline, you can see it here, and delete it from your device. It's still visible in the online mode, so in the web version. And we click the done button here, which is not visible right now, but if we sync it again, the row should reappear on your device in the online mode as well in the offline mode. For the background locator, use the GeoSearch plugin. GeoSearch has a view pattern, background locator. Use it, and the table is not important right here, so you can select one. You can keep this default for the distance filter. This means that you get new positions after you move at least 5 meters. Whenever a new position gets recorded, the pattern emits an event of type receive location. You can create a trigger to listen for this, like this for example, and run a small JS code block to insert the new position to the database with a timestamp. Here's my build configuration. Not really much changed. I am using a new entry point, background locator, new name, ID, and again I'm using an app icon with some padding around it. The splash page is again just the app icon, and here in our offline mode selector I moved to-dos to the left. Our coordinates table is right now not syncable. Let's build it. And install it on the emulator. After the login, you will see a simple menu to control your tracking. Start, stop it, and see the last track position. Takes some time for the first position, and now you can mock new positions, like move it here. You see new coordinates. Do it again. Okay, now we should see 3 rows in our table. Open it, take a look. Here are our new coordinates with the timestamp. This works well as long as you have a stable internet connection, but if you cut it, you will still see the last track location here in the info box, but the upload to the server will fail. To get around this, let's include our offline mode here. Open the tables editor. Go to the button and activate sync information. Go back to your build configuration. And now we see our coordinates table here at the left side. Move it to synced, and we can keep everything else. After installing it, we should get the same controls like before, but now with the menu icon network. Let's cut the internet connection to make sure we can't upload anything to the server. And try to navigate somewhere. So now we are automatically in the offline mode. Start the tracker. Get the first position and make sure we don't see it in our online data. Right now the same 3 rows like before. And now turning the connection back on. Let's move to our network menu and sync it up. I think especially for the background locator, this is a useful feature, but I can imagine a lot of more cases where you could need an offline sync. If you use it, let me know how it works for you, and thanks for watching.